guys? It's been a while since we've done our last vlog. We're doing something a little different today. Come on inside. Alright guys, every day I wake up, I get on these mastermind forums on Facebook or somewhere else, and every single day there's a new question. eXp versus Keller Williams, eXp versus Compass. Should I move to eXp? Stock split this, rev share that. I wanted to do this vlog for anybody that's had these questions to break down why we made the jump, how it's been great for our business, 6 key factors on why we did it. So if you've wondered any of these things before, this is the vlog for you. Let's do this. What's up guys? We're going to jump right into this thing. For those that don't know me, my name's Jared Davis. I own the Davis Group, powered by eXp Realty. We're out of Richmond, Virginia. We run one of the only mega icon teams out of eXp here in Richmond, and it seems like every single day we see a post online or we're getting calls that say, what's the deal with eXp? Why is everybody moving to eXp? Is it worth it? Everybody acts like it's the second coming. What's going on? So for this vlog, we're just going to jump right into that, and I really came up with 6 key factors on why it's changed our business. And again, it may be right for you, it may not, but hopefully after you watch this video you'll get a pretty good idea of whether it's worth making the jump. So to jump right in, point number 1, why I made the jump. Proximity. Now, I think proximity is the #1 reason that eXp has helped me so much and our team, and it's probably one of the things that people talk about the least, right? If you've heard anything about eXp, you've heard about probably rev share, you've heard about stocks, but really, why proximity? Why did I move? Well, I was with Remax for almost 8 years, and we were fine. We were comfortable. I was the #1 producer out of that office. We had the #1 team out of that office, but it got hard to grow. We had about 5 agents when we left, and we were kind of the #1 thing going on there. So we weren't really getting assistance. You know, the broker was great, but for the most part, brokers are keeping you in compliance. They're not really helping you achieve your goals or to sell more most of the time. Again, this isn't a blanket statement against every broker, but for the most part, you're on your own in your business. When we saw the opportunity to move to eXp, what really pulled me in was the fact that I wanted to grow my team larger. Again, we were doing 4 or 5 people, we were getting closer to 100 deals for the year, but I felt like we were capping out. When we moved, our sponsor, who's the #1 team here in Richmond with eXp, he said, look, I'll give you my entire playbook, I'll open everything up to you, and you can use whatever you want to help build your team. And he said, I guarantee you within a year you'll have 10, 15 agents, right? Well, it's been a year and a half, and we're almost at 25 agents. We've done well into the 100 deals mark for the mid-year, and we should do close to 200 deals this year most likely. We're on track for probably 300 to 350 next year, because I've been able to be around powerhouses that are also willing to help me. So for me now, for anybody that's been coming to me for eXp, what I've told them is I can help you achieve exactly what I am achieving now. A lot of people are coming to me now, they're about a year or 2 behind where I was then, and they're saying, I want to get to your growth. So this for me was #1, because we're in this business to sell houses, right? We're not in it for stocks, we're not in it for rev share. If you're watching this video right now, you're probably saying, how do I grow my real estate business, right? And that's what I wanted to do. So proximity, again, being at a broker where you ask agents to help, they're your competition, they don't really want to help you. eXp turned that on its head, which is amazing. So instead of someone saying, I don't want to give you what CRM I'm using or what dialers I'm using or what my budgets are or how I break splits down with my team, right? eXp said, hey, if you share this stuff, it's only going to help us all in the long run. Obviously, my sponsor benefits by helping me grow. So that has been the #1 thing, and it's been awesome. Even meeting agents all over the country, it's been an awesome referral source. We just got a referral listing yesterday. We're going to see Tony Robbins next week in Dallas. Thank you, Brent Grove, for that. So again, #1, proximity. #2, and this could depend a lot on where you're at now and what your current splits and situation is, but savings. So across the board, what I've noticed talking to people throughout the industry is most of them are giving a lot of money to their broker. We were spending close to 6 figures a year when you look at our production with what would have gone to our old broker. Now, last year was our first year with eXp, and we went from spending almost 6 figures a year with our old broker to by the end of the year, I think I had paid out maybe $7,000. So it was a savings of over $100,000 first year. And that was before any kind of stock, any kind of rev share, anything like that. So I don't need to jump heavily into splits. I know some people say don't talk about that kind of stuff, so we won't go heavy into it. But what I've realized is that based on how everything cuts out, if you're a producer, if you're not a producer and you just do 4, 5, 6 deals a year and you're trying to grow your business, the splits are still great, but they're pretty much in line with what you're going to get at another broker. If, though, you're doing about 30 deals a year or more, this is when you really start to get a lot of the rewards that come with the splits. They're going to give you your entire split back in company stock. You go to a really low transaction fee, 100% after that, and then if you keep selling, then it's about a $75 transaction fee. So I've done the math with a lot of people. Sometimes we talk to people at discount brokers. Again, nothing wrong with a discount broker, but they sit down with us and they say, look, I'm only paying $200 a transaction, or $400 or $500 a transaction. And that sounds great in theory, but unless that transaction fee caps, and again, sometimes it does. I don't know where you're at if you're watching this video and what your broker does for you, but a lot of times it doesn't. So for us, if we do 200 deals this year at a $500 transaction fee, we're losing $100,000 to a broker that's hands off, right? They're a discount broker for a reason. So again, the savings has helped us to grow our team immensely. Again, it was a $100,000 saving plus a $100,000 gain between company stock and rev share first year. So it was about a $250,000 swing that we were then able to turn around and put into ad budgets, put into software, put into CRMs. So again, for those that are trying to grow a team, it's helped immensely because we've been able to give back to our team. And as agents come on, we've been able to help them grow and we've been able to scale because our overhead is much lower. So that's number 2. And if you'd like more information on the savings side of things and how it would look for your business, I've even built out a spreadsheet to try to help people when they call me. So if you want to call me and let me know kind of what your situation is, I'm happy to put something together for you there and you can make a comparison. 3, rev share. Now this is something you've probably heard about if you know anything about eXp. They're built on a revenue share model. Now, you may say that's not new, right? Keller Williams does something similar. Exit does something similar. There's other companies that do similar things. Where I see the difference is that their models are typically based on profit share. So depending on what the company profits, that's your share of what you would get if you brought an agent into the brokerage. The difference with that is it's hard to calculate. I've sat down with a lot of those other brokers and I've asked them, hey, if I grow my team to X size, how much am I going to make on each person? And it's hard for them to give you a straight answer because it's not fixed in stone. Rev share, and again, I don't want to go heavily into it. It's something that kind of turns people off, probably because eXp agents maybe have tried to call you and recruit you. They're not offering proximity. They're maybe just trying to get their rev share, and so that's a turnoff, right? What's going on? Why are you trying to recruit me so hard? Well, at the end of the day, what it means is anybody you bring into the company, you're going to get about $2,800 a year off of their $16,000 split. And it will go down from there. And again, you may not care about this at all. It's one of the things that I didn't really care about that much when I came over to eXp, right? It kind of turned me off to think, well, I'm not really trying to recruit, I'm trying to build my real estate business, right? But, I say that with a big but. It's a long-term plan, and it goes on forever. So how many of you that are watching this video have been wherever you're at, or maybe you're at an old brokerage, and you had a friend call you and say, I want to get into the business? Or you had another agent call you, or you started to build a team, or whatever happened, and you brought them into your brokerage. Well, what did the brokerage do to say thank you for that? Well, maybe nothing. I've talked to some people that say they've done nothing for me. I've talked to some people that say, oh, well, they gave me a gift card to Starbucks. Some, maybe even it was $1,000, after a couple deals. So, decent, right? But that's it. Well then, at that point, that agent goes on, they make the brokerage hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe they're loyal for life, whatever the case may be, but you make nothing off of that, right? So eXp's turn that on its head and say, look, we don't have any franchises, no franchise fees, we're just going to turn back and we're going to pay the agents back for helping them build our business, right? And that's what's so awesome about it, is at the end of the day, I can build my team and they're going to reward me. If somebody gets really good on my team and they say, I don't want to be on your team anymore, I'm going to go build my own team with eXp, I still get to benefit, right? And now I get to help them grow and I still get to make money off of it. So this is long term. You think I can stop selling houses and I can live on rev share. So whereas I didn't care about this at first, it's turned into thousands of dollars a month for me without even trying. And it's something that even if I was to die, I can pass it on to my wife. So something like that's huge, because you think, what kind of retirement plan do you have in real estate? You just sell until you don't sell anymore, and then the money stops, right? We don't have 401ks. We don't have IRAs unless they're self-directed, right? And we're putting it in ourselves, right? So this is free money. Again, you may not care about it, but again, if you want the breakdowns, I also have breakdowns on all of this too, where you can punch in exactly how many people are on your team now, how it would look if you came over from a rev share standpoint for your actual team. But that's number 3. Moving right along. Number 4, company stocks. This is another hot topic, I feel like. I feel like last year on all of the Facebook real estate masterminds, it was just stocks, stocks, stocks. It was people that were with eXp, maybe bragging about it, people that weren't with eXp saying, I'm buying the stock either way because it's going up so much. So what's the deal? Again, this was something I didn't really care about. When I came to eXp, this is why I came. Proximity was number 1 for me because I wanted to build my business. Savings was number 2. I wanted to save money while building my business. This was a secondary thought for me, just like rev share. But the fact of the matter is that it's very real, right? Remax, public company. I was there for 8 years. I got 0 company stock for working there. Now I could have bought company stock, but no one gave me anything for free for just doing what I do, which is sell. That's where eXp kind of changed the model. They said, hey, we're going to give back to you guys. So every time you sell your first house for the year, we're going to give you a few $100 in company stock. Hey, you cap, we're going to give you some company stock. Hey, you bring somebody in on your team or off team and they come in, they sell their first house, we're going to give you some company stock, right? They also do a company match on stocks. If you want to take 5% off the top of your commission and throw it in, they give it to you at a 10% discount. You can sell it off right away. Again, stocks are volatile. We can't tell whether they're going to go up, whether they're going to go down. So when I came on a year and a half ago, I didn't want to factor this into my numbers. It didn't make sense to say, well, I think they're going to give me this much stock, or I think it's going to go up this much. What I will tell you is that it's turned into over 6 figures a year, for me at least, on our team, based in bonuses. So it's something that I didn't depend on, but to be able to look at it and think this right here could turn you into a millionaire in 3, 5, 10 years, depending on what happens as far as your production levels, it's pretty amazing. So just know, rev share and stocks, 2 separate things. A lot of times I'll talk to people and they ask me about rev share and I tell them, and then they say, well, I don't really care about them, just give me a bunch of rev share and stock. That's not how it works. 2 separate things. Rev share, direct money, deposits into your account every single month. Stocks, that's actual stock holdings. And you have a stock account, it shows it. Some of it you can sell out immediately. Some of it does have to vest. Again, if you want to reach out, I will give you exact numbers on what it's done for us. I have no problem disclosing that kind of stuff off camera. And I will tell you that some people say, well, you can't touch it, it's got to vest. About 75% of mine I could sell right this second. It's been a year and a half. So if I wanted to get out, it's not necessarily locked up. So if I wanted to go buy an apartment building, or if you watch our other vlogs, put it into some flips, I could easily turn around and do that right this second. So that's number 4. Number 5. Alright, number 5, health insurance. This one's fairly new. When I came into eXp, this was not even an option. I don't think. I think it just came about over the last 6 months or so. But it's pretty big. Oh, missed a letter. There we go. But it's pretty big, I think, for my team. So if you're self-employed, if you're in real estate, if you don't have another side gig that's giving you benefits, what you've probably realized is I need to buy health insurance on my own, and I have to go through the marketplace, and it's based on income and everything else. So what I realized is health insurance was very unaffordable for someone like me. I'm healthy, I'm young, yet I was paying probably $800-900 a month for health insurance just because of how they run the premium. So I just stopped buying insurance. I said I can just pay out of pocket, whatever. Well, eXp has now come in and now they're doing group insurance directly through eXp. This has been a game changer. It's about half the price, what I've seen, of normal insurance on the marketplace, but the coverage is great. So for those of you that, again, don't have somebody that's in a job with benefits in your family where you're getting it, this could be, real estate may be your main line. You may be the main provider in your family and you may not have benefits. So for me, this, again, almost factors into savings because it helps us save a lot of money per year on insurance. But the fact that it's available, again, I don't know if your broker does it, but I haven't seen many brokers that are going to offer health insurance because we're 1099 employees, right? We're contractors. So the fact that we can get that and save money, but also have that insurance to protect our families, that's another plus. That's 5. We don't have to stay on that one too long. Lastly, and if you stuck through it this long, thank you. I appreciate it. Our last one is twofold. Freedom with support. What do we mean by that, right? How do we have freedom? How do they leave us alone, but then also have support at the same time? This one was big for me. At other brokers, I always felt like we have to market the broker. If we're under Long & Foster or Keller Williams or Remax, whatever it is, the main thing is, hey, you market us and then you market you. But we're realtors. We want to grow our business. We want to market ourselves. That's who they're buying. So that's who I wanted to pay to advertise for, not whatever my broker is. They gave me the freedom at eXp to build a team wherever I want. I can have my own office space. I can do what I want. I pretty much can run my own business without having to deal with all of the issues that come with being locked down by a broker that maybe is strict on certain policies. So we have our own office. It's the Davis Group, right? Powered by eXp, but all of our marketing, our signs, our business cards, the Davis Group is what's prominently there. The fact of the matter is that they have been quicker to answer than anyone I've ever seen if we just follow the system. So we have eXp World. If you've looked at it, it looks pretty funny when you first look at it, but it works as far as getting a hold of people, as far as getting help. But also we've got an email that 6 people are checking all of the time for broker things. So when we send an email out, we can get a reply or we can get a signature typically back within minutes, almost always. And then you think about support like things like payroll, accounting. You think about as far as like paperwork, uploads, things like that. A lot of people down here that want the freedom, they say, well, you know what? I'm not going to go to another brokerage. I'm just going to start my own brokerage. They think, hey, I don't need a broker. I can become a broker and do my own thing. But here's where we had an issue with it. Again, doesn't mean that it's wrong to start a broker. It may be what's right for you and your business. What I saw, though, is in business you have 3 key things. You have the sales, you have the customer service, and then you have that support on the back end, payroll, systems, all of these things. If I start my own brokerage, I have to now pay for all of these systems, for payroll, for my brick and mortar, for whoever's cutting the checks, for whoever's doing the paperwork filing on the back end. I've got employees, and then I have all of the legal liabilities that come with being a broker, right? All of the compliance things that I have to deal with. eXp's pretty much said, hey, we're going to let you handle the sales and your customer service, and we're going to give you that support so that you don't have to deal with all of that. So we've got over 60 hours of training online every single week. So we've got more training going on than anybody. So people think, well, it's virtual, you're not going to get the education. There are so many things going on as far as training and support goes. Events all year long. I'm going to 2 eXp events this year. They've been amazing to be able to meet other agents and teams that are doing huge things. I mean, we've got a team at the eXp that's doing over $1 billion in sales per year. So to be able to have that proximity to them and get support from them as well, it's been huge. So at this point, you've seen all 6 things, right? You've gone over them, and maybe you're saying to yourself, I like the sound of everything, but I'm just nervous. I've got that fear of change. That's completely normal, right? When I was at Remax, I was comfortable. We had an office, we were the #1 producers there. Things weren't going bad at all. But the one thing that I've realized in this business, and you've probably seen it too, I wrote it down here because I think it's such a key point, right? Growth doesn't come in times of comfort. That's one of the biggest things I've realized in building this company is when you're comfortable and things are just flowing, it is what it is, but it's hard to kind of get over that hump. So what I've noticed is that you gotta get uncomfortable, you kinda gotta get rid of that fear of change and make the leap if you really want to grow. So, if there's anything that's holding you back, or if you have any questions, I think we've gone into pretty good depth. But if you want to give me a call here, I put my personal cell right there. Again, I'm Jared Davis. I'm happy to help anybody, whether you're local, whether you're outside in a different market that's growing. I think what's really interesting is maybe see how eXp has grown in your market, right? A few years ago, it was nothing here in Richmond, right? But now we're the second highest producing brokerage in all of Richmond. But you may be in a market that hasn't gotten there yet. You may still be saying, who is eXp? Well, here, everybody knows eXp. And markets like Charlotte's the #1 broker is eXp at this point down there as far as production numbers go. So, I don't know where you are if you're watching this. Maybe you're not even in the country, in the US, maybe you're somewhere else. We're launching different countries every day. We may already be in your country. So I would say, if you have questions, if there's something that I didn't break down or you want more info on numbers, on splits, on health insurance, on how we help other people grow their teams, feel free to reach out to me directly, 804-536-6100. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today.